Hey there, everybody. Meteorologist Sarah Cannon here with a look at your weather check. Tuesday edition here this week. A little bit to focus on here the next few days as our weather pattern transitions to more of an active pattern over the next 7 to 10 days. Today, absolutely gorgeous. I really hope you all were able to get outside, enjoy some of that warmth, some of that sunshine as we look to bring back some seasonally cool temperatures, but also some wet weather. So I will give you guys just a minute or so here to join and hop on. If you are watching on Facebook, feel free to drop any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that in the comments there, and let me know where you're watching from, and we'll try and get through this here quick as we look ahead to our later broadcast here for this evening. Alrighty. So as we kind of dive into things here when it comes to what we're tracking, really looking to be the potential for maybe some minor notability there when it comes to air quality. Levels expected to be in the moderate level, so nothing reaching air quality concerns. However, if you are maybe a little bit more sensitive to those changes in air quality levels, you might notice it here the next couple of days. Looking to be in a moderate level here through about Thursday, but the big focus is going to be, of course, that active weather pattern here through tomorrow, extending into Thursday and Friday. So watching several chances for some showers, some thunderstorms. We'll kind of briefly touch here on that air quality index. Pretty much most of the state of Minnesota is in the moderate level, so that yellow category when it comes to air quality index. And as we head into tomorrow, kind of looking at that similar expectant there when it comes to that moderate level. So expecting to stay in the yellow category for your Wednesday. We'll still see quite a bit of Canadian wildfire smoke kind of in those upper levels. The big question will be, can we get any of that to mix down to the surface? We may notice a couple colorful sunsets here this week. Of course, that rain may inhibit how much of that sunshine that we do get to see towards the tail end of the day, but you are maybe a little bit more sensitive to air quality levels due to your health. Just something to be aware of here the next couple of days. Sky-wise, we're pretty clear, we're pretty quiet. We are watching a couple stray showers just off to our west. They're holding on through the Fairmont area, heading towards Buffalo Center, coming from the St. James region. As we kind of zoom out a bit, we're going to be watching a cold front. It's slowly inching closer, but we'll be watching that heading into tomorrow, as that could spark off some showers and thunderstorms, and eventually it will kind of merge with another low pressure system and kind of potentially stall out, create a stationary front, just kind of stall out. So one thing we could have tomorrow evening into the overnight is possibly some training thunderstorms where they just kind of keep forming and keep developing and just kind of keep sitting over that same spot. So that's why we call them training thunderstorms, as they just kind of hang out over the same general area. So can lead to a lot of heavy rainfall. That's what we're expecting here the next couple of days with our systems. But if we keep seeing that, training thunderstorms may possibly lead to some potential flooding. So something we're going to monitor here the next couple of days. When we look at our severe threat, severe outlook for tomorrow, areas between I-90 in Minnesota and I-80 in central Iowa, kind of sandwiched between those two interstate corridors, looking at that level 1 out of a level 5 severe threat. So while the overall threat for severe storms is on the lower end, not completely zero. If we see any strong severe thunderstorm activity for tomorrow into tomorrow evening, looking at wind and hail to be the primary concerns for us in northern Iowa, potentially inching just into our southernmost counties there in Minnesota. We'll kind of time things out here for the rest of tonight. I think we stay pretty quiet. Maybe a couple clouds filtering in after midnight, but we should start off your Wednesday morning on a dry note. Now, models have been kind of hinting at the possibility of maybe a couple stray showers, stray spotty thunderstorms maybe bubbling up earlier in the morning there. I think it'll stay pretty minimal, not expected to last very long. I do think areas south of I-90 should be staying pretty dry throughout the day, sunny. It'll be that cloud cover that maybe sticks around a little bit more in Minnesota, north of I-90. So I do think the bulk of the day will stay very dry for us as we head towards the lunch hour and even into about that 4 o'clock time frame. Heading into those evening hours, though, that's where we start to see those showers and thunderstorms building from the west as we move closer to about that 7, 8 o'clock time frame. I'll kind of back this up here a little bit too so you can see it. I think by about 5, 6 o'clock we'll really start to see some of those thunderstorms kind of bubbling up, forming, kind of reaching maybe their strongest point. Should we see any strong severe thunderstorm activity, it would be during that early mid-evening time frame. So 6, 7 o'clock, they're seeing those thunderstorms kind of bubbling through northern Iowa is where I think they'll be the strongest. As we roll into the evening hours then, after about 7, 8 o'clock, starting to see those thunderstorms pushing to the east. And after about 11 o'clock then, maybe looking at that possibility of additional thunderstorms developing. And that's kind of where we'll potentially be looking at that frontal boundary. Where does that front set up? Could we be looking at some of those training thunderstorms? So that's what we'll be watching heading into tomorrow night and into Thursday then. Maybe a couple more stronger thunderstorms into early Thursday morning. But some heavy rainfall is expected. Looking at that excessive rainfall outlook for us here in southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa, you can see that yellow, that level 2 out of level 4 threat there for excessive rainfall outlook, kind of right over southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa there. So we'll be watching the potential for some heavy rainfall here the next few days. So Wednesday night into Thursday, heavy rainfall looking to be a big concern. If we see those training thunderstorms, we may have to watch out for some flooding. But as we look ahead to the next couple of days in terms of rainfall amounts between Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so this forecast does go out through Sunday, but really we'll pick up the bulk of that precip between Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We could be looking at totals anywhere from 1 to 2 inches possible here in the region. As we look ahead then to, let's see here, as we look ahead there, I think we maybe even could see some isolated pockets higher than that 2-inch mark. So that will be something we also continue to monitor. How much rainfall could we end up seeing, especially if we have those training thunderstorms? Could we be seeing maybe a couple narrower bands of some very heavy rainfall with totals exceeding that 2-inch mark? So a couple things to keep in mind here as we move throughout the next couple of days. Will we see those training thunderstorms, where that sets up, and how much those thunderstorms could produce? But essentially the next couple of days here between Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, some efficient rainmakers are expected when it comes to rainfall here in the area. So if you're heading out and about tomorrow, morning hours, midday, afternoon, looking relatively dry. It'll be those evening hours where you'll want to keep an eye on the forecast, especially for any stronger thunderstorm activity, but watching for that shower and thunderstorm threat here for the area for the evening hours. A little glance at your 7-day forecast and you'll notice it definitely is looking to be an active weather pattern between Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Some showers and thunderstorms possible. We'll be looking at maybe a drier patch for the weekend, but more cloud covers that may potentially limit our temperatures for the area. But I think heading into Monday then maybe some additional shower and thunderstorm chances back into the forecast. So a little bit to keep an eye on here the next few days. Again, feel free to drop any questions, comments, concerns like that into the comments. Do have to get ready here for our 9 o'clock broadcast just in a couple minutes, so I will have to cut things short a little bit here for tonight. But again, feel free to put anything in the comments, and I'll try and keep an eye on that here through the evening and answer any questions that maybe pop up. But hey, if you are an avid weather watcher, we will absolutely be looking forward to some rain totals here the next couple of days. So if you have a rain total, if you want to send us a picture of your rain gauge, feel free to do that. We can't report totals if we don't have reports. So if you don't see your name when we do those rain lists, those total lists, it's likely because we didn't see a report from your area. So something to keep in mind if you're wanting to maybe see your town there on our list of totals as we go through the broadcast here the next couple of days. So hope everyone is having a great Tuesday, and we will see you again on Thursday for sure for a weather check. If we are looking at that severe threat for tomorrow, which we could see some of those strong to severe thunderstorms possible, we'll likely do another update tomorrow afternoon. So hope everyone has a great Tuesday. Make sure to stay weather aware here as we roll into the mid and to the late week. Have a good one, everybody.